Me llamo Clara.
Hello friends. Welcome to Timeless Movie Vault. Today, I've got a horror flick that will send chills down your spine. It's called Luciferina, a Spanish horror movie. Now, I know it has got a rating of 4.3/10, but trust me, the plot twist at the end is mind-blowing. Let me share some awesome facts about this film that'll have you hooked. We kick things off with a baby in the womb, and some mysterious chanting in the background. In the next scene, we meet Natalia, a 19-year-old girl in a church training to become a nun. One day, while she was in the hostel kitchen, she bumps into a strange dude named Lucas. They strike up a conversation, but things get weird when Lucas starts urging Natalia to leave. She was baffled by his words, but keeps the locket, a cross, which he gives her, believing it was a protective charm. Soon, the head nun tells Natalia that her mom had died, and her family was searching for her as she had run away from her house, and has been living in the church for 2 years. Natalia didn't really feel like heading back home, but the head nun insisted that it was time for her to leave. Weirdly enough, right at that moment, something strange happened to Natalia. Her eyes went completely white and she saw a bright light shining behind the all nuns present there. Actually, this peculiar thing tended to happen to Natalia quite often, but you will find out why later on. So, Natalia reluctantly gets ready to make her way back home, which was pretty far out from the city. She got onto a bus for the journey and eventually drifts off to sleep. But then, out of nowhere, she suddenly wakes up in a panic after having a nightmare about a scary lady attacking her. By evening, Natalia arrives home. There she discovers her sister Angela's boyfriend Mauro, who was fully in a drunken state. When she asked him what's going on, Mauro tells Natalia that her sister, Angela, had gone to their mother's funeral and their father was now in a stable condition, but he got seriously injured during the gruesome incident. Concerned, Natalia heads upstairs to her father's room, where she finds him lying in bed, wrapped in bandages from head to toe. Angela finally arrives and upon seeing Natalia, she begins to recount the terrifying events that led to their mother's death. Apparently, their mother had deliberately cut her own wrist, and when their father tried to stop her, she attacked him with a knife, causing serious harm, then killing herself. In the room, Natalia notices a painting on the wall that their mother had made, and eerily enough, it depicts the same lady she had dreamt about while on the bus ride. Angela told her sister that the relation between their parents was not good. They used to stay in this room, and after mother's death, their father was in shock. He couldn't talk properly and didn't want to come out of the room. Angela now wanted to go out of the house with her friends and said Natalia that from now on she will have to take care of father, as, since 2 years she left him alone. Then Natalia told her that she didn't like to stay here because someone was there whom she always used to see. Angela also agreed with that and told that mom was always normal, but since last 2 months she was possessed. By saying this, Angela went away. Next day Natalia was taking bath in her bathroom. Suddenly she felt something weird, and then lost all her senses. Though she was a nun, she started touching her private parts. Then she heard someone's voice and gained back her conscious mind and saw numerous insects crawling on the bathroom's floor. She then quickly came outside after bathing. She came downstairs and saw Angela's friends were drinking and enjoying. Natalia silently was passing by when Mauro called for her and offered her cigarettes. Angela told Mauro not to irritate her, but Mauro asked her that, "Is it true that all nuns are virgin? And if so, is Natalia also a virgin?" In reply, Natalia said yes to Mauro. Hearing this, all of them started making fun of Natalia. Angela angrily again said Mauro not to behave like this with her. To this, Mauro reacted violently and pushed Angela very hard. Watching all this, Abel, who was also present there, tried to stop Mauro, but he hit Abel too. Then Abel punched Mauro on the face, after which Mauro finally started to leave the house. Now we see an alarm ringing in Abel's watch. Hearing to that, he quickly took out a pill and takes it, which calms him down. Angela also came out of the house and was sitting in the garden, when Natalia came to her and started cleaning her wounds. Angela then tells Natalia that when she left them, Angela became pregnant, which she came to know about after 3 months, and she did not know whose child it was. She had gone to a nurse alone to get an abortion, which she felt very sad about. Their mother's health had deteriorated after her abortion, and she had started making strange paintings. Angela had also come to know that both of them were not their real parents. Angela said Natalia that she was going to a forest with her friends to perform a ritual. A sacred herb is found there, which will give them answers to all their questions, and will end all the troubles of their life. She also asks Natalia to go with them tomorrow, but Natalia did not want to go with them. Then Natalia sees the same white light behind Angela and her friends. The scene cuts and we see Natalia going to sleep in her father's room, where she looks at a painting made by her mother, which looked like her locket resembling a woman's womb. Then Natalia switched off the lights and slept on the sofa there. Natalia dreams she is in a garden where there were some statues, and behind her the same scary woman was standing in the same position like before, and she was coming closer towards her every time. Then suddenly the woman comes to Natalia and attacks her, which wakes her up. She then sees her father standing in front of her, who also woke up. He could not even walk properly. Natalia hears some noise from behind the cupboard. When she checks, she sees a lot of insects coming out of it. On opening the cupboard door, Natalia sees the scary woman inside and got terribly horrified to see her there. The night passes and Natalia wakes up the next morning and looks inside the cupboard again, but does not see anything unusual there. Then suddenly Angela's boyfriend Mauro comes there and covers Natalia's face from behind and gags her. He was touching Natalia here and there because he wanted to rape her, but suddenly he heard someone coming. Mauro threatens Natalia that if she tells anything to Angela about this, he will kill her sister. Saying this, he leaves. Angela was about to go for the ritual with her friends and to take care of Angela. Natalia decided to go with them. She left her father with the nurse to take care of. Natalia sat in the car with Angela's friends, and Angela went on the bike with her boyfriend Mauro. Abel, Mara, Oswald and Natalia sat in the car, discussed the desire to escape the troubles plaguing their lives, drawing them towards the anticipated ritual. Oswald shared with them the story of a shaman, skilled in soul healing with herbs harvested from the surrounding forest. As they arrived at the island-like enclave nestled amidst the trees, Oswald disclosed its intriguing history. Once a haven for nuns and sisters, this place had been tarnished by illicit activities, including abortion, leading to their expulsion. Now abandoned, it had become a sanctum for shamans to conduct their sacred ceremonies. All four of them had arrived, but Angela and Mauro were missing. Their phones were also not getting connected. Unknown to all, an observer watched them from a distance. Natalia, spurred by dreams of this place, went on to explore the surroundings. She stumbled upon a grave marked as Clara, then encountered an elderly woman there who warned her that she was there for wrong reasons and should leave. Natalia departed, finding solace in a nearby church, where she was joined by Abel. Abel revealed that his brother was also a priest. Abel's watch alarm sounded again. He discreetly took a pill. In response to Natalia's inquiry, he confided that he too was a virgin, afflicted by cerebral paralysis since birth, relying on medication. Oswald had promised that this pilgrimage would heal him, though Abel did not believe in any of this. Natalia, in turn, disclosed her own lifelong anomaly episodes of seeing radiant light followed by temporary blindness, alternating between white and dark hues. Their friends arrived, and together they ventured back to the spot where the shaman was poised to conduct the ritual. To their surprise, Angela and Mauro were already present there. Mauro's temper flared due to the shaman's prohibition on drinking alcohol, leading him to lash out at Angela. As the group rushed to intervene, Mauro took out a knife, issuing threats to all. Mara then took out a gun from her bag, compelling Mauro to back down. Then they entered the ruined building where the shaman awaited them for the ritual. Natalia offered Angela her locket, which Angela refused to take. In exchange for safekeeping, Abel gave Natalia his watch to maintain a connection between real world during the ceremony. In return, Natalia gave him the locket. The shaman, fully prepared, called them forth. He announced that anyone unwilling to participate the ritual should leave immediately. The group settled into circles of candles. Natalia once again saw a white light emanating from behind the shaman. With solemnity, the shaman gave the sacred herbs potent juice to them all. Everyone drank the juice one by one and lay down inside their circles. The shaman then starts the ritual by reciting his chanting. Just after starting the chanting, everyone started vomiting and behaving strangely. Natalia wanted to leave, but the shaman's men stopped her from leaving. In the following scene, Natalia was observed standing behind a woman, cradling a newborn baby in her arms. Angela, too, experienced unsettling visions of a frightening woman. In this particular situation, the shaman instructed Natalia to consume the herb's juice again. Subsequently, Natalia found herself confronted by a man donning a goat's head mask, while witnessing a sinister demonic ritual unfolding before her eyes. Shockingly, the sacrificial victim turned out to be a pregnant woman, and Natalia recognized the man responsible for this heinous act as her own father. She then sees him tearing a doll with a knife which was a replica of the unborn child, and as a result it also caused terrible pain in the pregnant woman's stomach. Natalia then runs away from him and reaches a church, where the sister present there was unable to hear her voice. Then the pregnant woman arrives there asking for help. The sister then helps her in delivering her child by laying her down on a table. This woman reveals her name to be Clara, whose grave Natalia had seen outside the church. This was a vision of Natalia that had happened earlier. Sister Georgia was helping Clara desperately. Clara tells the sister to kill her and save her child, because Clara was possessed by the devil, and the devil wants to come into this world with the help of her child. The sister ties Clara, and then the devil overpowers her. The sister was trying hard to bring Clara's child safely into this world. When the sister tears off Clara's clothes, she sees a star mark on Clara's stomach, which was the devil's sign. The devil started controlling Clara and wanted to take her soul with him, but the sister tells Clara that she must fight the devil for her child. The sister then starts exorcism on Clara, due to which Clara becomes calm for some time. Then she asks her to lie down on the table and fight hard. Clara starts fighting the devil for her child. After Clara gave birth, the devil took over Clara's body again. The devil cursed the child by throwing a piece of its own flesh in front of Clara and her child. Then, the devil saw Natalia for the first time and did the same thing to her. Natalia woke up when she heard Abel's watch ringing. She saw Abel without any clothes and nobody else around, just everyone's clothes were on the ground. Natalia looked for her sister Angela, but sadly, found her dead. She then saw Mara. She too didn't have any clothes on her body, and someone had eaten out her eyes. Mara had her gun and told Natalia that the devil wouldn't let them leave the place. Mara also said that her father had taken his own life, which is why she had come here to find answers. Devil knew Mara would come here, just like her father. Then, Mara took her own life by putting the gun in her mouth and shooting herself. As Natalia kept going, she saw Oswald. His eyes were also being eaten up by the devil and he was in terrible pain. Then, Mauro showed up suddenly and told Natalia to be quiet. Natalia thought that Mauro was responsible for all these and he must have killed everyone. But Mauro says that he came back hearing loud screams from here, and when he arrived, he also saw a similar sight. Then they saw the shaman's men were also killed. Natalia runs away from there and comes back to the ritual room where she sees Abel sitting on the shaman's chair and beating a drum in a very strange way. Abel regains consciousness and has no idea how he got there. Natalia then goes towards Angela's dead body and becomes very sad and starts crying. Then Abel says that the devil had brought everyone here, and now, will not let anyone go from here. Saying this, he again starts beating the drum. Abel was possessed now. In fact, the devil had been inside Abel since childhood. But all these years Abel thought that he had some disease, and whenever the devil overpowered him, he would take a pill thinking he was ill. But now Abel was completely possessed by the devil. Abel then pulls out Shaman's head from his dead body and throws it towards Natalia and comes to her. He starts licking and smelling her strangely. The devil inside Abel says he knows that Natalia is a virgin, and he was now going to rape Natalia. But then Mauro arrives there and starts fighting with Abel. Mauro felt that Abel might have killed Angela, so he wanted to kill Abel. But Mauro did not know that there was devil inside Abel, and now the devil attacks Mauro and he kills him too. Taking advantage of their fight, Natalia runs away from there and falls under a tree. Just then a woman arrives and takes Natalia with her. The next morning Natalia tells the whole incident to that woman. The woman tells Natalia that the devil cannot come here, and in fact this woman is the same Sister Georgia, who had delivered and saved Clara's child. She tells Natalia that her father used to perform rituals to summon the devil in this place. He and his men used to sacrifice women and children here. In one such incident, Natalia was also a victim, but she was saved by her. She also tells Natalia that she was Clara's daughter, and Natalia's present father was her stepfather. Natalia then sees the same light behind Sister Georgia, and now she understands everything about herself and why she always sees Clara in her dreams. Sister Georgia then tells her that the devil has brought all of them here. The devil now wants a child from Natalia to come to this world. Sister further says that Abel is also a victim and the devil is present inside him since childhood. He had also escaped from here when he was a child, and both of them have come here by the destiny. Sister Georgia then tells Natalia that they must perform an exorcism on Abel before the devil takes over. The two of them then goes past Clara's tomb back to the ritual site. They were moving slowly towards the old ruined building. Upon entering, Natalia picks up Mara's gun from her dead body. Then Sister Georgia and Natalia sees the devil who was inside Abel was in deep sleep. Taking the opportunity, Sister Georgia silently ties Abel's both hands. Then she makes a circle around Abel while chanting prayers, and makes another circle next to him, in which both of them were going to stay. Sister Georgia tells Natalia to feed Abel the juice of the sacred herb, so that the devil could do no harm to Abel. Natalia then quietly goes and feeds the juice to Abel. As soon as he drinks the juice, the devil inside Abel wakes up and started chasing her, but he could not come out of the circle made by the sister. Sister Georgia is now engaged in exorcism of Abel, and then, the devil inside Abel totally comes to its full potential. Abel was asking for help from Natalia, but the devil was overpowering him again and again. The devil then burns the circle with his powers, and tells Natalia that he was the one who raped her sister and got her pregnant, and now he is going to do the same with her. The devil was so powerful that he could control Natalia from distance. He was making Natalia do whatever he wanted by the flick of his fingers. He lifts her off the ground and had turned upside down. Sister Georgia then makes Natalia drink the herb, but the devil made Natalia pick up Sister Georgia and throw her towards him, in the process breaking the circle. The devil then kills and eats Sister Georgia. In the next scene we see that Natalia was sleeping, and was waking up slowly. She got up to see that the devil had made a pile of everyone's dead bodies, and was sitting in front of it. As soon as the devil sees Natalia awake, it started walking towards her but was not able to enter the circle of Natalia. Then Natalia used her powers to calm down the devil inside Abel and bring his soul back, but the devil was overpowering her. Abel tells Natalia to go away from this place immediately. Natalia listens to Abel and runs away from there. But as she leaves, she remembers that Sister Georgia had told her that she could never run away from her destiny. She thus stopped and thought for a while. The devil was both her weakness, as well as her strength. It wanted a child to come to this world, and Clara had sacrificed herself, and gave birth to her. Natalia now understood what she has to do. She goes back to the church, takes off her clothes in front of Mother Mary's statue, and waits for the devil to arrive. She slowly feels the arrival of the devil from behind. The devil then follows Natalia inside the church. He also takes off his clothes, and comes near Natalia, then started having violent sexual intercourse with her. Natalia was unwilling to do this, but all because she was doing it was to kill the devil once and for all. Taking this opportunity, Natalia puts her cross on devil's chest. This started hurting the devil a lot, and Abel, who was trapped inside his own body, started to come out. Natalia then takes control over the devil. At this dramatic moment, the devil was still raping Natalia badly, but Natalia was desperately calling out for Abel trapped inside devil. Natalia then brings Abel back with her powers, and suddenly the devil goes away completely from inside Abel. In the next scene we see Natalia going to the church where she was taking training to become a nun. There she asks for 2 nuns who could help her in giving birth to her child. Then we see a child inside Natalia's womb, whose eyes looked like those of the devil. At this point the movie ends. Friends, this is a very complicated movie, in which we saw a girl named Natalia, who runs away from home, to become a nun, as she used to see strange things happening there from her childhood. Natalia was her father's stepdaughter, and her real father was a priest of the devil, who used to sacrifice women and children, to call the devil. He wanted to bring the devil into this world, in the form of Natalia, by sacrificing Natalia's real mother Clara. But Sister Georgia sent the devil back, and brought Natalia safely into this world. Since birth, Natalia had some powers of vision. There was another similar child, Abel, but devil had taken birth inside him. That's why everyone, on the pretext of a ritual, came to the same place where people were once sacrificed. The devil wanted a baby from Natalia to come into this world, because he could not fully possess Abel's body. Though Natalia was raped by the devil, she used her powers to defeat it. And that is why the child in Natalia's womb was not of the devil, but of Abel. But it is also possible that the devil came in the form of Abel to trick Natalia, and the child in Natalia's womb was not of Abel but of the devil. What do you all think? Do tell me by commenting below. So now I will meet you in the next video. Bye friends.